Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Plastic Pinion. It's not just plastic, it's Plastic Pinion. Today we are going to start the first part of two parts videos in assembling the Toyota Gazoo Racing TS050 Hybrid. So before that, the first part will take us to process of painting the body. So as you guys know, the TS050 Hybrid has this polycarbonate body, and well, the option here is to paint this body to be white, and that's the paint of this car, this body. So what we need to prepare is, of course, the body. Let's just keep the rest here for later part, and then this is the body, and the other thing we need to prepare is the paint, of course. It using the PS1 Tamiya color for polycarbonate paint, yeah. Yes, and other tools we need to prepare is first gloves in case you touch it, because you hold it with by hands, and there are options to just stick it to something to hold it, but I prefer to hold it by hand so I can move it freely. And then another thing, maybe some paper, carton or something, so you don't get the paint on your wall or floor. And also you need to prepare a mask, like a proper mask, so that you will not breathe the air from this paint. It might be toxic for your health. And also just remember beforehand, you also have to paint in a well ventilated area. For me, I paint on my balcony, so because the vapor from the paint could be smelled as foul as it's also toxic. So that's the first things that you need to know, and well, yeah, be prepared. Now, before we start this, we need to first, before we paint the body, we need to cut the body first. So we need to cut it so in a way that it will show the shape of the real body, and it won't. Well, there are actually two ways to paint this body. First we paint it and then we cut it, or we cut it first and then we paint it. The difference is, if we paint it first, after that we cut it, the cutting might damage the paint a bit. So it's better to cut it first and then paint it. And to cut the body, we need to mark the body. So because it's polycarbonate, so it might have some possibilities that we cut the wrong part of the body. So in order to not to do that, we need to mark the body. So like this, for example, this part we will cut it here, yeah, and then after that we continue to cut here. There are some fine lines to guide our cutting. However, I prefer to do this in order not to miss that line. And well, I paint it right here because, well, after we paint the body, there are some skin in the outside of the polycarbonate, so we can peel it off later. So when I mark here and there, it won't destroy or it won't damage the real body. And why I'm not painting it inside? Because this is the part where we will paint, not the outside. We will paint from inside. Okay, so we'll Okay, this from here and here and then here, here too. Okay. This part we will cut it right about here. If you're not sure about where to cut, you can always refer the guideline, the guidebook. Manual. So, okay. That is correct. Here. So basically, in the manual book, you can see where to cut the body, so you won't miss it. It doesn't have to be neat, it's just in a way that you know where the guideline is. So that's done. Time to cut it. You can cut using a scissor or well, better scissor. Yeah, you need to cut with the scissor. You can start cutting from any side. I would prefer this side. Another thing, I like to cut it not in the precise part first. I like to cut it in a way that it gives more space for me later on. This way you can have it more precise once you are finished with this. So yeah, see, now you can look at closer and you can see the fine lines there, and then you can do it better way. Go. It's done. So in order to paint, we need to be careful here. This is spray paint we're dealing with, and the first rule, as over my years of learning this painting stuff, the first rule of painting is you need to paint it like not all at once, but you need to paint it gradually, like one layer after layer after layer, and it's a really thin layer at first, and then continue with another layer after some time. So you really need to be patient. Start. Oh yeah, some suggest to wash the part that need to be painted. Here, I'm not washing the body. I just clean it. Oh yeah. Start. So yeah, it's done. It's rather kinda even, and maybe some parts left, I mean like uneven, but well, that's not really big problem. Yeah. So it's done. Painting process is done. We can continue to the next process, which is decals, putting the decals onto the body. So before that, don't forget to peel the plastic off the outer side of the body. We do this by actually just peel it off. So you can feel here like this, there are some sort of plastic holding it down, holding the, I mean like laminating the outer part of this body. You can scratch it and eventually it will show its true colors. No, it will show the, okay, the real part of the body itself, yeah. Like this. See, if you can see here, if you can see here, okay, it's actually there. I mean like it becomes clear, smooth, unlike the when we just have it, I mean like new one, it's a bit rough. But after we peel it off, it's actually, I mean, clear. This is what I like from polycarbonate body. We can paint it from inside, so it the finishing the end product. After we finish it, after we apply the paint, it becomes so clear and clean and shiny. Yeah. Yeah, since it's already finished, we already peeled off the plastic. So the next step will be actually putting the decals onto the body. Well, we can start from any part actually. In my case, usually I like to start with the part of this cabin. I like to start with the cabin. So we take the cabin part, in my case. Remember, if you are not familiar with the kit itself, you always need to check the manual book or flyer. Okay, so the cabin goes to here, about here. So peel this off. It's also useful to use a tweezer, yeah? Just in case. Because why I'm using tweezer, I will tell you. So it's often that our hands get so oily and the decals, it's not sticking well because of the oil, but with the sticker we can hold it without much worried that the decal might got oily. We start like this. Be very careful. This is the part where I like to be concentrated because I want it sticking well. I also want to making some comment about the sticker, the decals. I kept saying stickers while it's the correct word for this is decals. Actually, I'm not really sure what's the difference between decals and sticker. It's the same. It's basically decals is a sticker for parts, and I don't know. Yeah. If you see here, it's a bit like wrinkle. You can always fix it by trying to rub it with hands. Not too hard, because sometimes it can damage the decals, it can tear it apart, so be careful. Okay, if you already, okay, that's just a little bit wrinkled there. I'm not really satisfied with it, but I can live with it, so not that big problem anyway. Like that. Okay, about the comment, about my comment about the decals. Yeah, the decals here, it's not decals like other decals, you know, normal decals for other mini Tamiya mini cars. So the decals here, it's very thin, unlike common decals. It's also it looks like made kinda like plastic, you know, so it's not feeling like real paper or just glossy paper. It's some kind like plastic, feels like that. So yeah. And another part as well we can do as well. I wonder what is this Okay, I think that's some kind of, I don't know, maybe when I paint it, you see the like red dot here. If you can see it, I think it came out from the painting process. Maybe when I painted, I know the marker I used, maybe it got there and then covered by, oh, here it appeared here too. So it's not just, I don't know, is it the paint itself? It's funny. Yeah, anyway, no problem, not a big deal really. And I would like to continue with the top part. I'm not going to filming the whole process of decaling or putting decals, I mean, because it will take some time and I really need to concentrate on this process. I am going to just filming, I think this is until this part, and the rest I will do it off camera. Okay, now I think no, this is the right one. Putting decals onto a kit is always challenging, because sometimes the decal is actually, Tamiya has made the decals really what we call precise. They made it so precision, so it can't be at fault, you know. So most of the time the problem with putting decal on the body is user problem. If you guys have any suggestion so that we can do this in easier way, let me know in the comment, okay? Maybe I can learn a thing or two. Not exactly like I wanted. So yeah, like I told you, this is the hardest part. The most challenging part of assembling a car, because I really want to do it like as precise as possible.
I think we can do something about that. I don't know. I'm not exactly satisfied, but well, at least something. Yep. I think that's it. I forgot to mention one thing about the fin. The fin is to be put here on the body and it's to be put like this. However, to put it like that, we need a double tape and screw, and this lock the front holder and the back lock, or to lock this body into the chassis. So the double tape, it's already supplied with the kit, and also the screw needed. And to put the double tape here, it's basically you need to put the double tape here until here. And in order to do that, we need to cut some of the double tape down, so we won't use all of them. Yeah, right here. Yeah. Like this. Try to look for the center area. Like this. Yep. Like that. And then we need to, this, it needs to be like squeeze, you know, to press it like that, so it will shape like a real fin, unlike before more triangle. Now it's like real fin, like a thin fin. So we put it like this, or maybe we can do this like we can do it like this as well. First we put this side, and then we can continue with other side. Just to make sure it won't move. Okay. about like that. And continue with putting the screw. The screw provided is actually the normal flat head screw, not that flat, but kind of wide. Yep, like that. Okay, make sure it's tight. We need to make sure it's tight as possible. So basically it's like this. As for the front holder, you need to measure first the chassis. Well, I'm not familiar with this kit, so I'm not sure how to put the front holder, whether to put in this hole or this hole. There are two holes here, so which one you need to put, you need to consider the chassis itself. So basically you need just to put it like this and to see which part is more suitable, the upper one or the lower one. So we can try. First on the upper part. And try to put it on. Yeah, so that's the correct position. Feel free to use a ring on this washer, a washer on this before you place the screw on. Some people prefer to use that. And usually I too like to put a washer first. It's just that in this video I'm not put it on. So yeah, it's like this, already tight and good. So you're good to go, and it can fit here. You can continue with the decal. Finally, after some time struggling with the decals and all, I finally got the body finished. It's fully decaled, and well, yeah, I picked the decals that I want because there are actually some options there. And you can see here I left some decals since this decals is actually optional. You can put this either this or others. Like for example the number 7 here, I left it out and I picked 8 as the decal as I wanted. And yeah, well, this is the finished body work. And so let's end this part 1 video and let's continue with part 2 video. Keep on running guys, check out my next video. Thanks, bye.